Hi everybody, this is M from DIYM, and I just wanted to show you guys my studio space, how I'm organizing some stuff, and I'm going to show you this a little bit later on, but I wanted to show you a few ways that I'm organizing as solutions outside my DreamBox. It's been kind of interesting because I do have to organize a little outside of it because I do have a lot of art supplies, as you can probably see here, and some stuff is a little bit outside of the DreamBox, like on the table and that sort of thing, but I still try to have it as organized as I can. This is not what it looks like all the time. It actually looks a lot messier than this the vast majority of the time, especially if I'm doing really big projects. But yeah, I just wanted to show you how I try to keep things as neat and organized as much as I possibly can. And because it's so organized, how I can whip projects and things like that out super quickly and still keep things fairly neat and tidy in my space. Because this is actually, it's very near my kitchen. This is in my condo. It's a very small area. I'm just gonna zoom out a little bit so you can sort of see it a bit. So yeah, my kitchen is pretty much right here. Just going to show you that a little bit because I have a big mess on the other side here. But yeah, I have to normally keep things fairly neat and tidy. It's not fully tidy, but yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how I try to keep it fairly organized with solutions on the side here. Hopefully that helps anybody in case you're doing some organizing. Maybe you're also in a small space situation. So without further ado, I'm going to show you some of my storage methods next. Just ignore this sort of stuff over here, guys. Sorry. In your condo, you have to be creative with your storage of things, especially if you've got a lot of it. I obviously don't have a ton of room because it's a small-ish condo for my stuff. So this is actually stickers and die cuts. This bin here, mostly stickers to be honest with you, more than die cuts. And then down here is a lot of my papers. So I'm just gonna open these guys up. I'm gonna bring them over somewhere else. They're really heavy, but I just want to show you guys how I organize this stuff, just so you can see how I'm organizing things without the DreamBox. Just the stuff that I have way too much of to even store in a lot of the bins. So this is the top of my sticker storage. So I'm just going to take off the tops of this. So it looks like a mess, to be honest. It looks like it's not that organized, but once I take this off, it looks a lot more organized. Not fully, but so I have some loose stickers that I've got from the dollar store here, just random stuff that's too big to fit in these binders in this particular bin. There's not a lot of those, but there's a few. This guy here, I'm not going to show you what's in here, but it's the stickers that I've made. So stuff that I've made on this channel, I've categorized it and put it in this folder. And then I have regular stickers and labels in this binder. It depends on what I'm doing. So some of them are more serious labels. Some of them are labels I printed off because I have horrible handwriting. So sometimes I just want to put a sticker of somebody's address that I frequently send mail to. So I'll print off a bunch of those sort of things, cut them out, and then I'll just stick them in there just to have, and then I can just stick it on an envelope to just mail it out so that people can actually read where they're supposed to send the mail to. Because with my handwriting, it's so atrocious that you don't even want to try to decipher it. But anyways, so I basically have things organized that way. So there's fun stickers for just scrapbooking or card making or whatever the heck you want. Just random stuff like lettering and gems and all sorts of fun stuff like that. Yeah, as I said, more serious stuff. And then I have a pop culture binder that's divided a little bit. I haven't really labeled anything specifically, but I have it divided up by things. So I have a lot of Friends stickers because I love the show Friends. Some Office stickers for the show The Office. Just things like that. Or video game stickers because a lot of people in my life love video games. Disney stickers, all sorts of stuff like that. I think I have some stickers for more like adult cartoons, but yeah, just fun things that I could just easily whip up a card if I wanted to and just throw things together. Then I have paper cards and envelopes. So this is stuff that's pre-done that I just have. So envelopes that are already made, blank cards that I could just sort of throw together if I wanted to. Papers, almost like card backing, so different fancy papers that are all pre-cut, and I could just, as I said, throw cards together if I wanted to. These are cards that are already made. I don't have a lot of them pre-done because I like to make them a little more personalized for a lot of people. So, but I do have a few that are pre-done. As I said, I like to whip up a card if I can, so this makes things a lot easier. Die cuts and ephemera and bag toppers. I have a lot of my die cuts in another storage container, as I've shown you on this channel before. It's more for photos, the storage, but I have them divided depending on the occasion or that sort of thing. But this is bigger stuff, so bag toppers and things like that, bigger die cuts and ephemera. This is stuff that I've got from Sticker U or professional stickers that I made. There's not much in here. There's just like a couple things, random stuff more than anything. And then there's a few stickers or ephemera in these. I've got these little tiny random embellishments, but I have these little tiny folder dividers. So I've put things in there. I'm not going to go through that, especially if I'm going to send you something. You're definitely not going to see things ahead of time. And then I have a bunch of random stickers and things like that that I bought. This is really, really good for making birthday cards in case I don't really feel like cutting writing out words. I could just stick this on. This doesn't stick very well, unfortunately. I got this from the dollar store. It doesn't stay on a card very well. So what I do is I just glue it, even though it has a sticky back on it, I still glue it down with my Barely Arts glue and stick it on things. It just sticks on a lot better. Anyways, I have a whole bunch of those. Anyways, I'm gonna show you guys how I organize my papers. I'll just be right back. Okay, so this is my top view with my bin closed of my papers. And everything that I'm showing you is just an ever-evolving evolution of my organization processes. Sometimes things don't look like this all the time, super organized. Sometimes they look like complete chaos. This isn't fully organized, but it's so organized as I feel like it can be. So it may not look like I actually have things organized that much. It looks a little bit chaotic, especially over here. So I actually organize my papers with my scrap papers. So when I actually cut up things and I have lots of scrap paper left over, I actually divide it up by colors. I also have some felt in here, a whole bag of scrap felt. So it wasn't really fitting in my felt drawer in my DreamBox, so I just shoved it in there. But yeah, I have smaller packs of paper, 6" by 6" paper pads. So I just have like a few things like that stacked right over here. And then a lot of the other stuff is either 12 by 12 papers or 8.5 by 11. But I've made room for a lot of that stuff in the back here. But I also divided things. I just put this here. This is just a marble pattern paper thing. Normally it should be a little bit more towards the back here. But I just have this here just because it makes things a little bit neater and easier to just keep things a little more straight when I pull things out. So yeah, so everything here, a lot of the stuff here is scrap papers. So I have from white to black and all the rainbow colors in between. And I got this storage advice from, I think it was the Organized Crafter. She was really, really cool and she gave this advice. She got these, they're almost like scrapbooking pages. So they're 12 by 12 or maybe a little bit more than 12 by 12. I can't quite remember. Obviously they're big enough to stick 12 by 12 papers in them if you wanted to. This is mainly for scrapbooking. They should go in an album, but she basically bought these. They're very thick, which is really nice because that's what you want. I put this in here, but I probably shouldn't have put it in there. But anyways, just shows how organized I really am. So I put my pattern papers in here. So you can put scrap papers and all that sort of stuff. You can put them in here, especially stuff that looks useful. Anything that you think you can get something out of, you can throw them in here. Just label it whatever it is. Scrap paper, yellow, whatever you want to label it as. I just label it with my label maker in the corner there, and then I just stick it in here. So then you can just easily put it right back. But yeah, so I basically have that. And then I have all my specialty papers divided. I don't have a ton of, a lot of people have lots and lots of, say 12 by 12 pattern papers. I have a few of those, but I don't have a ton of them. I have more solid cardstock than anything. I also have chipboard, laminated pouches, foam. There's a whole bunch of different stuff in here, but it's mostly flat paper-like products. I think I have some pleather in here as well. But yeah, so there's a few variations of materials, but it's mostly stuff I could die cut with or print on or something like that. So basically I have everything divided that way. Stuff that I couldn't get in a divider, I'll just stick it towards the back if it's a lot thicker. I have some mixed media paper in a pad back here. So I have everything limited down to this box. So if I wanted some pattern paper, I normally just print up my own because I do seamless patterns sometimes in Photoshop and Illustrator. So I can just print up my own if I wanted to. Or again, if I really like a specific type of paper, then I might go out and buy it. But I try to limit myself as much as I can because I know that I have very limited space in here. So that's how I sort of stay organized. I know a lot of people have way more papers in their collection, especially if you're working with paper all the time like I do. But yeah, this just shows I try to use what I have if I can. Try not to buy things all the time. I try to look at my stash sheet and I always try to make things in advance, different embellishments and things like that so I can throw things together. If I'm going to be making an embellishment, I normally look at my scrap stash first before I go into my actual papers, just to make sure that I have the color that I need or a color that I need. If I don't have a specific color that I want, I can always just print up a solid color that kind of matches approximately what I need. So that's always kind of good. That's my paper collection and how I organize that. I also wanted to show you guys, I had a whole bunch of sticker rolls in my sticker collection I took out when I was organizing my stickers a little bit better because it looked really messy in the bin, to be honest with you. And I was like, there's got to be a better way to organize this. I'm going to show you guys the method that I used to organize that next. I bought this shower curtain rod / tension rod. I just picked up at the dollar store. I didn't see any other sizes. I'm going to try to put this in my DreamBox and hopefully it'll hold up in there. Okay, so just ignore stuff over here. But yeah, I've just added this tension rod right here. If you have sticker rolls, you could do this stuff, especially if you have a DreamBox, you could do this sort of thing. But I just got this from the dollar store, this tension rod, and it fit perfectly in the DreamBox, luckily. But if you say don't have a DreamBox and you want to do something like this method, what you could do is say you've got a couple cabinets. I have cabinets over here. If anything, I would say space these guys apart quite a bit. Say you've got more space in your craft room, space this apart, and then maybe put a tension rod between the two. And you could probably put a few tension rods if you've got a whole bunch of stickers. But yeah, you could probably do that with ribbon or something like that too. I find sometimes ribbon is a little bit harder to work with because it may not fit fully on the tension rod because the tension rod's a little thick. So I actually have my ribbon and my washi on these thinner things for the DreamBox specifically, right? Over here and here, depending. But yeah, this works for the sticker rolls vast majority of the time. I thought these guys, there's smaller ones here that I thought they weren't going to fit on here because this thing here is too big, but I was able to take this rubber thing right off, so it actually was able to go right on there, and then I could just put that right back on. So that was really, really convenient, and it was a kind of a nice design in this particular rod. Anyways, guys, I have that, so I'm kind of ready for doing Happy Mail and stuff like that. I have my fragile stickers and my do not bend stickers in case I'm sending something through the mail. Thank you stickers, pretty things inside. All sorts of fun things, as you can see here. But yeah, I was buying a few things like this on AliExpress. Sometimes you can buy them on Temu or Temu, I think it's called. Yeah, so I have a whole bunch of stuff for Happy Mail or birthdays or something like that. And in case I don't really feel like making wax seals, I can just stick on a sticker. Or even if I wanted to, I can just cut a whole strand of this if I wanted to send a bunch of these to people. It's gonna take me a lifetime to probably get through this because I don't really have a business or anything like that to do this sort of thing with. But yeah, I think that they're really fun. But in case you have sticker rolls and you're just like, well, how do I organize this? What do I do with this? This is my method. I'm sure there's other methods. If you have another method that you think works really well for you, comment down below. I think another thing you could potentially do if you don't even have that many stickers, you could probably take a paper towel roll holder. This is our paper towel holder. But yeah, you could probably take something like that and just stick them on. If you think that this is too thick, you might want to bend it a little bit with something that bends wire. Just bend it a little bit more in, or maybe just get thinner ones if you can. You could probably do this for some of the bigger holes. See, some of these are really large. But yeah, you could probably do that with a ribbon too if the holes are large enough for fitting over top of this. That's just in case you want a smaller solution and you don't have as many stickers as I do or something like that. But this has lots of room to spare for other stickers in case I wanted to get more of these as well. And it's not too tight on here. I didn't want to put it too tight against the wood. I know it's pretty strong, this wood, but I just didn't want to do it too tight. And I also put it above these little, I got this in 2020. There's a new version of this DreamBox now, but I don't know if the new one has this, but there's this little thing here. So I just sort of have this resting on top of that. I can always move it because this might be in the way of something like this. I can always move it down if I wanted to get something out of there in the future. You just sort of twist it to take it off or on. It's not that big of a deal. Anyways, I like that solution. I think that works out for me right now anyways. But yeah, if you guys have any cool suggestions or something like that, comment down below and share it with not just me, but other people in my YouTube community. That always really helps other people as well. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked that video just to see some of the other stuff that I organize with. That's a little bit outside my DreamBox. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with somebody that might enjoy this kind of content. Anyways, I hope you guys have an awesome day, new year, all that sort of stuff, and I hope you guys have fun organizing. Honestly, this thing is super cheap, so I would suggest getting something like that. And yeah, if that bin method works for you, awesome. If you have another solution, that's awesome too. I know there's lots of different paper and sticker organizing solutions if you have a lot of stuff, so do what you gotta do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So hope you guys have an awesome day. Have a good one, guys. Take care, everybody. Bye!